Just let them know we're too long.
Hello, my beautiful people. So I think I'm live on YouTube. Let's check. Are we live on YouTube? And then I'm gonna check Instagram in a second. Okay. Yes, I'm clicking go live now. Hello. Maybe I should change the orientation. How does it look on Instagram? Are we looking good on Instagram? Okay. Hello, my people. Hello. Where are you guys from? Let us know in the chat. Let me look at. Okay, I can see YouTube comments. I'm gonna get Instagram comments. It's like there Inception, live in a live in a live. Oh wait, I don't think I can view on my phone, can I?
I can see you.
Okay, that's fine. As long as you can see it.
Yeah.
So you will let me know if any questions.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. So hello. How are we doing? This is a topic I'm really excited to go in on because it's something that is so important, and it could be the secret link that you need to unlock your hair growth goals. So today we're going to be talking all things gut health, nutrition, and all that good stuff. And I brought a very special guest because this lady that I'm about to introduce, she's a heavy hitter. The knowledge that she has, it blows my mind. We've been working together for quite some time now, and honestly, I'm blown away. But just the amount of knowledge and just the encouragement that she has, and I know that you guys are going to benefit so much from the conversation that we're about to have. So without further ado, I'm going to be introducing AK. So if you can reveal yourself, AK, we are dying to meet you. Hello.
I think you're going to introduce me like this.
Why wouldn't I? I'm
talking about
no, I can see her. Can you see her? So we're just getting confirmation if we can see you on Instagram.
Okay. I think I lost you for a bit. Your signal kind of went cracking.
Okay. We can see you. Oh, we have Chinonso from Nigeria as well, so she's representing us. I don't know if you can see the comments. Can you see the comments?
Not yet. You mean me?
Yeah, can you see comments?
No. I can't see anything.
Really? Okay, that's interesting. Don't worry, I'll let you know.
There's something wrong with your audio. I don't know if it's from my end, but it's breaking off.
Really? I can hear you perfectly.
Like there's a lag somewhere.
There's a cookie sound I can hear.
You know when you have a device close to something and
okay, you know what? I know why. I've opened 2 screens. Hope you can hear me better now.
Still doing the same thing.
Really? Well, I can hear you, so you can't hear me at all?
I didn't hear what you said.
Okay, Diva Samuel says she can hear us here in Seattle. Maybe that's a bit better because I logged in from another device.
Okay.
Just testing. Yeah, okay, that might be better. But now I can't see her. Where have you gone, AK? I've done all this. I've done all this introduction, and now I can't see you. But no, whilst we gather ourselves, again, this is a topic which I hold so dearly to my heart because it's something that truly a lot of people just do not know about, and it's so important, especially in our community, in the Black and brown community, that we have an understanding of our health, because healthy hair is great, but it's a sign of good overall health. And I want to make sure and encourage every single person, that is part of this community, that's part of this hair growth revolution, to just understand and learn their hair for themselves, and ultimately live a healthy and flourishing life for years to come. So we've somehow lost AK, but we are going to fix that. The devil is a liar. It has no power, because the amount of information that she's going to drop is going to be crazy. So we need to make sure that we're good. Maybe she logged out.
Yeah, I was just trying to.
Oh. But yeah, let us know where you guys are from. We've got Diva Samuels from Decatur, Illinois. Hey, Damilola. Oh, we've got Roots So Deep from Sierra Leone. Hello, hello. Natural Hair, Faith and Lifestyle. We've got Damilola. Oh, hello. Are you back?
Yes, I'm back. The audio is perfect. Yeah.
Okay, great. The devil is a liar. He has absolutely no
I
power. We're here. Thank you so much. So yeah, I was just discussing, about how this topic is something that I hold so dear to my heart, as you probably already know, because it's something that I think a lot of people just don't know about, and I know it would truly help our community, especially being like Black and brown. Like it's an area in which we don't really, go into. So first of all, I want to, just ask you a first question. Like introduce yourself. Like just introduce yourself so that people kind of know who you are, what you do.
Okay. Yeah. So my name is Akwewe.
Okay,
But
I like
people
that.
have a hard time pronouncing that. Say, call me AK. So you're allowed to call me AK. I am a licensed medical esthetician and a coach. Yeah, I run a skin clinic, an aesthetics clinic called Skin Jerky. It's based here in Lagos, Nigeria. Hoping to move to cross border very soon. Yeah, that's still in
I
the
will be
works.
your first customer.
Still in the works, but yeah, we're working on that. So I also do virtual skin. I also run. Let's just put it this way: I run a virtual skin clinic where I actually have clients of Nigerian lineage in the diaspora. So yeah, so I run. Let's just say like in person. I run in person and virtual as well. So if you're not able to
Amazing.
meet me here, my eyes, like my clients say, my Holy Spirit eyes can see your skin.
Yes, it's true. She got Holy Spirit eyes. That's what I'm saying. So, what would you say inspired you to kind of like become an expert in like corrective skincare and understanding of nutrition and gut health and everything that's linked together?
Anyways, it's from personal experience. I think
Mhm.
about once you hit puberty and you have all those funny skin things, like
Mm.
I had that issue, but I think probably by the time I got to like maybe my early 20s, it had it had blown up into something else that I didn't even know what it was. So at that point in time, I was a makeup artist, but I really still didn't like makeup. Like I didn't like wearing makeup, so it's one of the things that started me on the journey. But if we would say the pivotal turn came in like 2018, I think
Okay.
that was sometime in August. I decided I was going to go on what I say, like also some sort of like a spiritual cleanse. It actually was inspired by the Holy Spirit, just putting it that way. So I went on this thing where I ate a particular way for about 3 weeks. So by the end of August, for the first time in over 2 decades, my period came. I didn't have menstrual pain. I didn't have back pain. I didn't have all the funny symptoms that usually come. Yeah, and my period used to be this kind that when it comes, it's quite embarrassing because people will know that something was wrong with you.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yes, I will be balled up in one position for like 3 days, can't eat, throwing up. I developed an intolerance to the pain relief medicine I was taking at the time. Yes, I had
Wow.
sores. It was just a whole bunch of stuff. But for the first time in, like as I said, over 2 decades, I didn't have any of those funny things. And then I
Wow.
noticed that as a result, by the time I came out of that, would I say that cocoon, but I noticed that my new growth, because at the time I had just recently reverted back to being relaxed. I noticed that my new growth was coming in, and it was coming in softer, more hydrated. My skin cleared up. My true undertone, like my true color, had come out as a result of what I was eating. And I was like, what's going on?
You're onto something. I love that. I love that. Yeah.
So, yeah, I started digging, and as in, like I just say, I just continued that lifestyle. So let's say for like the last 6 years, I have not had cramps.
Wow.
My period comes and my stomach is like the flattest. Like I have abs definition.
Hey,
It's
I need to be eating what you're eating, ma'am. Please. Okay, we're gonna let the ladies know, okay, because this is serious. This is serious.
Seriously, so I also started sharing that with my clients because I realized that really the products in terms of like skincare, hair care, whatever it is you're doing on the external, it's only going to like it's going to only take care of what the inside has already brought out.
I
If
love
the quality of what is coming in from the inside is not it's not at a 10, there's nothing you can do to bring it to a 10, even with your product. It will only just kind of make it look good, but after a while we're back to square one. So that's the approach I started using, and I started getting results, and I started getting referrals, and
Oh yeah.
yeah.
I'm one of the referrals, just saying. No, that's amazing. That's such a great story. I know sometimes it takes, life getting a bit hard for us to kind of like wake up to realize like how powerful our diet, our lifestyle is in just making sure we're living healthy. So I guess at some point during that season, you discovered the link between like your diet, your skin health, your hair health, and that's really amazing. So I think the next thing I would ask you is how does, because I know a lot of people, follow myself for hair, how does gut health specifically relate to Afro hair growth?
So actually, that question, I want to put it, throw it out to hair in general,
Okay.
because it's said that Afro hair has a tendency to be dry, of which we know most of the time the dryness is coming from our genetic like hair structure, which is it's coily. So the sebum that your scalp produces is not able to travel. That's why. So the dryness is not like the hair is innately dry itself. It's just the structure of the hair doesn't let it receive the natural moisturization that it ought to have. So, but let's just say for hair generally, I would, let me put it this way. So when we're even talking about hair, let's say Afro hair now, most times it's not really the hair. We should even be looking at the scalp. Look at it this way: the scalp is the soil. Let's say we go for let me use the example of planting now. So if you're into gardening, you know your plants are only going to do as well as the soil in which you're putting those crops in. So if you're going to get a bountiful harvest, the soil better be in like it has to have all the minerals, it has to receive the sunlight, the water, and all of the stuff. So really, when we're talking about hair, the first place we really should be paying attention to it's the scalp, and the state of your scalp is usually will help you pinpoint like really what's going on in your gut. So it's not just like really like slapping on the oils and all of the all those stuff, but you really need to look at your scalp health. Like, what does it look like? Yeah, for me, I always tell my clients like treat it like the skin on your face, because really if you look at the anatomical structure of your face, you have the skin up to this point, then you begin to have the hair coming out. So your scalp is actually your face, just with more hair follicles. So whatever practices that you would naturally do on your face, it should go to your hair too. So if you would massage your face, you should massage your scalp. If you would exfoliate your face, you should exfoliate your scalp. Yeah. So in terms of like, so to come back to the question, in terms of like gut health, you really want to make sure that whatever you're ingesting in the form of food, is in its whole form. One, two, you want to make sure that it's being digested properly, because when your body does the allotment of what's going to get the best of the minerals it has absorbed from the food, your hair is usually the last place it goes to, because it will go to the vital organs, your heart, your kidney, your lungs, all those other ones. So if you don't have enough minerals from your food, like let's just say your digestive system is not working well enough where it's being able to harness the minerals from your food, so you're maybe experiencing malabsorption, your hair is going to be the last place to get it. So most of the time when we start seeing scalp issues like the dandruff, the psoriasis, and the whole shebang, it's most likely like the minerals in your blood, because if you know, hair is blood circulation. Your scalp needs to get blood circulation. So if there is not enough mineral in your blood, you're not going to receive anything. Then you have scalp issues, and then hair problems. It's one thing after So everything is kind of connected.
No, that's pretty good. Yeah, I need to have my notebook because the way you're dropping these gems, even I'm like, girl, we need to. Yeah, this is amazing. So, you know, as you said, like the link between your gut, what you eat, and how those minerals that your gut digests enters your bloodstream ultimately, and then eventually your hair. That link is incredibly important. And a lot of the times, I guess, when people experience certain issues with their hair, it can be linked to pretty much their diet and whether they're deficient in certain minerals or nutrients. And I guess the hair is the last to receive. That's something new to me. The last. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow. So, what are kind of the signs then you would say that someone can look for to see that their gut health might be affecting their hair? What are the like telltale signs, would you say?
I would say we're coming back to the scalp. For me, it's always the scalp.
Mhm.
What's the state of your scalp? If you've never been someone who had dandruff before and you suddenly start having dandruff, I'd say that's an indication to look into your the state of your gut. If you are having like the atopic conditions where you start having like, as you said, psoriasis, dandruff, your hair is brittle, it lacks shine. Yes, because there's a difference between like your hair can be dry and but still have
Yeah.
some kind of luster to it, but there is no luster. It's not reflecting light. It's growing to a certain level and then it's breaking off.
Yeah.
So it's like you have active follicles on your hair. So active follicles meaning like you can see hair is growing at those parts, but it grows and then it comes to a particular level and like it's just not connecting. If for guys now we say their bed is not connecting. Sorry for the string bullets that hit the guys here, but it's not connecting. Yeah, we could say that, but if you notice those signs, for me, my first indication is when she starts having scalp issues, just go and start addressing whatever it is. Whether it could be stress that could be causing it, or maybe it's your diet or whatever. Yeah.
So then what could be the potential solutions then? What kind of like probiotics or prebiotics or any biotics, what could we be within our diet, would you say, that could address certain issues?
See, this question you just asked is very broad because the things that sometimes that could be causing hair issues could differ from persons to person. So for some people, it could actually be it's their lifestyle that's the trigger.
Yeah.
Once they step back from it, they notice that everything on their body just starts thriving. So when we're talking of probiotic, prebiotic, I'm always very careful because I don't really want people to think that that's the first step to go to. Because for me, hair is usually an internal issue. Internal issue sometimes not even referring to your diet, but like how are you? What's your emotional state like?
Yeah.
Are you a warrior? Are you someone who has a hard time shutting down their mind? They're constantly. I mean, you're at rest. Even if your body is in one place, but your emotion in 50 different angles in your mind. So that's another angle that most times we don't talk about, but it's some of the things that's affecting your gut and creating all this plethora of problems for you. So prebiotics, probiotics is something you come to, for me, when you have, first of all, let's say, try to bring down inflammation. Okay. It's not usually my first go-to. So if anything, I would say try and bring down inflammation in your guts, like that's causing all these problems. Because usually if you do the tracing, you usually find out that a lot of us actually have inflammation in our gut. That's why we're experiencing.
Can I stop you there then? And can we try then what would then be things that cause inflammation, or how can we calm down inflammation in general, and then perhaps look to things we can introduce to our diet?
Okay, so first thing, Number one, stress. It's a big term, but it's very generic. Yes, you can just say stress. Yes,
Yeah.
stress. It could also be skipping your meals.
Okay. I'm
Yes,
all for it.
not yeah, yes, not eating enough. So skipping meals, not under eating. We also have the famous one, wheat.
Wheat.
Yeah,
Ooh, yeah. Me
yeah,
and wheat are
yes, wheat. uh, processed food, sugar.
So if anyone's a gluten addict, a sugar addict, any of these processed foods addict, please let us know in the comments because we need to grow together. We need to grow.
So I would say, if anything, like when we say wheat, people are like, okay, so what do we eat? What do we eat? What else is there for us to eat? Well, come and meet me, I'll tell you.
Yeah,
But
give us
no,
a
no,
Viva
because seriously,
Samuel says skipping meals affects metabolism. Okay.
sorry, what? Can you repeat that again?
Diva Samuels, a viewer from YouTube, says skipping meals affects metabolism.
Yes, it does affect your metabolism, because once you skip meals, or like you don't eat first thing in the morning, you actually increases your cortisol level, which at the end of the day, it's let's just say it's a domino. That one goes up, insulin, then before you know, it's just like, let's just put it like this: one thing touches the other, and then you have a host of problems.
Okay.
So
So what would you say a good ideal diet in a day looks like? Chinonso says she's a sugar
and
addict.
diet in a day looks like this: when you wake up in the morning, first 30 minutes to an hour, have put something into your system that is fat based. Now, this one, and what I'm saying, I'm speaking specifically to women,
Yeah.
because we have a whole lot more hormones than guys, and what we don't even realize is that our hormones thrive on fat, good fat. Yeah.
Okay.
So you want to get in some good fat in the form of, you could have like a tablespoon of coconut oil. If you have coconut chunks, you could have that. You can have a handful of pumpkin seed, Brazilian nuts.
Avocado.
Just exactly, avocado. Just have some fat in your system, because what that will do for you is that it will keep you satiated,
Mm-hmm.
and till maybe like another 30 minutes, 1 hour, where you have breakfast, which is protein based. So
Mm-hmm.
you want to make sure, like, whatever you're eating, you have protein, you have good carbs, slow
Yeah.
releasing carbs, yeah, some good fats, and you can, of which the carbs could also come in form of fruits.
Okay.
Just make sure that you're not eating your carbohydrate naked. You have to dress it up.
Okay.
Like
With
when you're making,
proteins.
yeah, so dress it with proteins, dress it with fats, dress it with superfoods, like maybe in form that, let's just say minerals in the form of superfoods. Have that, and then just let's just say at every time you're eating, you need to have these 3 or 4 things like I just mentioned: protein, fat, good carbohydrates that won't spike up your blood sugar.
Mm-hmm.
And if you maintain it, and let's just say, that's when I said I ate a particular way in 2018, that was what I was doing. That
Okay.
was part of what I was doing. Yeah.
Wow,
So
there's a lot of information. Yeah. So, what would you then say? How could someone then determine whether their hair issues are coming from like poor gut health or external factors? Do you think there's a way to recognize that, or is it just a process of elimination?
still coming back to the scalp issue.
Okay.
I'm seriously still coming back to the scalp issue. Whether it's a form of dandruff, whether it's a form of some form of alopecia, it's all, you can always trace it down to your gut.
Okay.
That's why I said initially, like, sometimes it's not really so much as of the food, it's the lifestyle. If you're placed in an environment where you mentally it is traumatic for you, it's going to affect your gut, and at some point it's going to affect your hair. This one I'm speaking of it like personally because it's happened to me where
Yeah.
yes, as I think about 10 years ago, I had chunks like the crown of my hair, I had chunks coming out. So it's
Wow.
not just something I read in the textbook. I have lived these things. Like
Mm-hmm.
I still have a good part of it that is still growing into. And if you're placed in an environment where your mind is not at ease, you really can't eat. It's going to affect it. See, anxiety is real, it's going to affect your gut.
Yeah.
So sometimes it's not just really like, as I said, it's not just the food, it's the lifestyle. Like what's the state of your mind?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. I know you had a picture for me to put up.
Yeah.
I wonder if I could. Let's see. No, I cannot.
You can bring it up. But don't worry, I can talk through it and then
Okay,
whoever is
sure.
interested can
And
probably
then
go.
I think maybe I'll ask you like one or two more questions, and then we'll go to the questions that are in the chat, if that's okay.
Okay.
So then I'll ask you then, what are some of the common myths about nutrition and hair growth that you'd like to debunk?
That one. Actually, when I wrote my notes, I was like, I don't think it's a, will I say question? I wouldn't necessarily say it's a question. I would say if there's something I wish people would really stop doing when it came to their nutrition as regards to hair is when you see, I mean, I've come on some people's pages like yours where you have really long, luscious hair, and then you go to the comments, you see people like, "Oh, it's just genetics. She's just lucky. She got the nice gene pool." No, no.
Mm. Thank you, my sister, my good sister.
Our genetics is at the bottom of a bowl of cauliflower rice that we really don't like. Yes, that's what gave us good genes.
Oh gosh, yes, I can't.
Like seriously,
Yeah.
it's not so when you be like, oh yeah, she got the good genes, no matter how much I eat, it doesn't really affect my hair growth. Or the other spectrum will be, oh, I eat rubbish and my hair is still growing down to my back. We're waiting for you when you get to 40.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm clapping for you.
That your body survived that mess you gave it in your 20s and 30s. It doesn't mean that it's waiting for you at the front.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I just wish people understood this because, as you said, this is a comment I get a lot, and it's just about genetics. But I feel like that is a word that people use to excuse their lifestyle, and genetics can only take you so far. How you live your life, how you eat, your lifestyle, all these things contribute to your overall health, whether it's your hair, whether it's your skin, your nails, everything, So I'm really grateful you mentioned that. And
Also, I would just want to point out that picture I sent to you. You would do me a favor. You put it in your stories because I want to talk about it. That picture is actually the picture of Elon Musk's mom, and the person
really?
standing close to her is her twin. So if we're going to go by that genetic argument that
Let me
people,
see.
it's from the genes.
I
It's
think I
not
should share my screen.
Yeah, if you can share your screen, that would really be helpful.
Let's see. Let's go to this. Let's see if I can do this. Can you guys see?
Yeah, I can see. I can see your screen actually.
Can you see the picture?
No, I just see the YouTube and it's looking kind of frozen.
Let's see. I don't know. Damn.
Don't worry.
Okay. I'll put it in my story, Sha.
Yeah, but the reason I'm bringing that thing up because it's if you can't already tell, it's a pet peeve for me. It irks my soul when I see it. Yeah. So that's Elon Musk's mom and her twin. So if we're going to go by the argument that genes,
can you see? Can you see?
No. Yes. Oh yes.
Thank you.
Yes. So the woman in the denim shirt, I don't know which is the left now or the right. Yeah, the one with the denim shirt, that is Elon Musk's mom, and the one to her right is her twin sister. So, like I said, if we're going to go by genetics argument, These people, they were in the womb at the same time, birthed into the earth, maybe an hour, a minute or two apart.
Wow.
How come? They're both in their 70s. This is a classical example of nature versus nurture. You are giving your genes, you nurture it, you have something different. If you let nature happen to you, well, you have something else. So that argument that, oh, it's just genes, like you're lucky, please, let's stop it. It's a
Wow.
lie.
A picture tells 1,000 words, right?
Exactly.
That's crazy. Woo! Well, my head. I'm gonna have to take these notes. I'm gonna have to watch this back so even me I can learn, because honestly, thank you so much for just giving us insight into the whole gut health, the link between your gut, your skin, and your hair. And yeah, so where can people actually find you then if they want to learn more about perhaps how to level up their skin game or just overall game? Where can they find you?
You can find me at Skin Jockey NG. That's my aesthetics page. And you can also find me at the Afro, if you can spell it.
I like that. Well, you heard it, guys. Skin Jockey NG and Akpewe, if you can spell it. So let's come and look at these comments. La Femme Jen.
I was going to pose a question.
Yeah, post all your questions. I'm going to be shouting out everyone, and so we can just run through these. So La Femme says, "Can you see AK? Should I read it out for you?"
Yeah, I can see. So the La Femme saying, I like carbs in moderation. If it's bread, it's mostly sourdough. Thumbs up for that. If it's pasta, it's spelt or wholemeal. Rice is brown and wild rice mix. So for everything is fantastic. But for the pasta, I would say you should consider lentil pasta. If you have lentil chickpeas, if you have access to that, or you know where you can find that, maybe you should look into that. But like I said earlier, there's nothing wrong with eating carbs, like the low glycemic carbs, which the sourdough is actually fantastic because it won't spike up your blood sugar. We just want to make sure that that's not the only thing entering your system when you're eating. Just remember this word: dress your carbohydrates. Don't eat it alone. If you do that,
yeah,
fine. Especially if you're someone who is very active at the gym and you lift a lot of weight, you do need carbs, but just don't eat the ones that are going to spike up your blood sugar rapidly. That's where the problem begins.
that kind of links into this next question. Root So Deep says, so good fats, carbs, and what was the other? Also, what are some good examples of good carbs and things that won't spike blood sugar, or is it different for everyone? Smiley face.
Okay, so good carbs, we're looking at sweet potatoes. Yeah, sweet potatoes. Sourdough, we can do the sourdough bread. Basically, any carbohydrate that as it. See, I'm trying. My diet is. If you don't know, I'm Nigerian, so my diet is heavily Nigerian.
Let us know, please. We don't mind. Me, I'm Nigerian, so I will find it. People will find it somehow.
So yeah, if we're looking at carbs, I eat, let's say, sweet potatoes, sourdough bread. I eat eba, which is gari. Yeah, so it's either that or I would have fufu, which is like a cassava. It's fermented. Those are, but like I said, it's always dressed up. I also have yam. And also another thing, guys, too, because I know we are women, we're very careful. You don't want to get on the pounds. Remember portion control. Just don't go ham. Yes, don't go ham. Eat in moderation. Yes, so I would say definitely sweet potatoes, yam, the sourdough bread. Also, like the other lady that just mentioned, like she eats pasta, like the wholemeal one. That's also another good source of carbohydrate that is low glycemic. Yeah.
So good fats, carbs. What was the other? Protein and fiber.
Protein. Now another thing maybe I didn't get a chance to touch on it is Another food source that really helps with hair growth, and a lot of us as women actually are lacking in it, is protein. We don't eat enough protein, especially as you're maturing and you're hitting your 30s, hitting your 40s. You want to consume a whole lot more protein than before, at least. Yeah, because we don't just use it to build muscle, we also use it for our hair. If you remember, like secondary school, what do you call it? Basic science. Say protein is the building block of life.
Yeah,
So
that's good. We'll take some from Instagram. Boss Moves from with Show says, "Thank God I cut out bread for my diet a long time ago." Me too. Yeah, I can. The Rice Effective with Stephanie Rice says, "Do you not think that intermittent fasting is not good?" That's a good question.
do I not think that fasting is not good?
Yeah, intermittent fasting.
Okay. Personally, this is not, I'm not talking professionally, I'm speaking personally. Personally, intermittent fasting, let's just say fasting in general as a woman, it's dicey if you don't know what you're doing.
Okay. Yeah.
Remember I said earlier on, like, you can fast, and I'm someone who's big on fasting. I fast for health reasons, for spiritual reasons, I fast. But it's what's entering your system after the fast. That's really where the problem starts. So if after a fast you go straight to carbohydrate that is high glycemic, meaning it's going to spike up your blood sugar, your cortisol level is going to go up. That's where most times you see lots of people like that. Oh, I tried intermittent fasting, it didn't work. I gained more weight, or I've heard people say those kind of stuff. But
Yeah.
it's what's going into your system when you break your fast. I think that's what the real question should be.
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah.
From Its Root says, "I would absolutely recommend doing a premium blood test to identify your own personal intolerances. For example, pumpkin was just mentioned, but I have a high intolerance to it, so would choose a seed butter." Okay, that's a good point. Okay, I'm all the way up on Instagram. I don't know if you have a later feed. Oh, okay. Is almond and groundnut a good fat source?
Sorry, it kind of broke off there, so I didn't get the question. What was the question?
Almond and groundnut, are those good fat sources?
They're good fat sources if you don't have allergy to them. So now the thing with when people say allergy, sometimes like the allergy I just talked about, pumpkin seeds. I'll just share a story. So maybe because I think that will better explain what I'm about to say. So last week I had a client who sent me a picture of a reaction she had to macadamia nuts. Like the picture looked like something you would associate with someone who just maybe experienced domestic abuse or something. Her face was like literally swollen. And I was thinking about, I was like, I didn't know macadamia nuts could cause this kind of reaction. She was like, it was her response. She was like, interestingly, I normally eat this, but for some reason right now, when she eats it, she's built an intolerance. So most times when you're having an intolerance to food, or they say you can't tolerate the food, it's not really like the food is the problem. It's like there's something in your system that's not allowing you to process. So instead, most times what we do is that we'll just label the food as the bad guy. No, figure out what the real problem is that is causing your body not to be able to tolerate it, especially if it's something you could have tolerated all this while, and suddenly there's a problem. So instead of labeling the bad guy, why don't you get curious and figure out really what exactly is going on? Because if you don't address it and you just put this away, that's the start of a plethora of problems waiting to blow up at some point in time.
No, that's so good. That's really good. Wow. So instead of just, labeling, whether you have intolerances, perhaps look at your gut health overall and see if your diet is contributing to good or bad gut health, and then it should naturally resolve itself, fingers crossed.
It will resolve itself if you figure out the problem. And most times I don't want this thing to become too long. So I'm
Right,
trying to
if
save
you've
it
got
for
time,
most
I'm here. I've got time.
So, but most times when you are having an intolerance to food, have you looked at your liver health? How
Oh,
well are you? Is your gut metabolizing the excess hormones that your body is producing?
okay.
Especially if you're someone who works a high stress level job. How much stomach acid are you producing? Because that's actually what breaks down not just food, but also pathogens that could have come into your system via your food. So if you're not working on improving your stomach acid, working on detoxing your liver, most of the time, this is where these problems are coming from. But we're not addressing that. We're just labeling the food as the bad guy. And
Wow. We're gonna have to get you to come back to go into liver detoxification because damn, there's levels to this. So before we even get to the gut health, we're looking at a different organ, the liver, and how that contributes to your gut.
funny enough, yeah, they are all connected. They are
Hmm.
all connected. Yes, because like I said, I'm just if we start, we will finish. And I don't want to make this topic kind of boring because if you don't, and I'm saying I don't want to make it boring because if you don't really have an idea of how your body functions,
Hmm.
now I'm not just saying like your body personal, like let's say my Aquarius body personal to her. I'm saying like the human body. If you don't have an idea of how it functions, it could be a bit boring, honestly. I'm trying not to
That's fine. We'll make it fun for them on a later date then. Yeah.
So yeah, so honestly, when we're talking about gut health, digestion, um, proper absorption of minerals and nutrients from your food, it's not just your stomach you're looking at. You're also looking at your liver, because all these things are elimination pathways.
Hmm.
That's how the body, in a way, gets rid of waste. So
Hmm.
if one is not working, the other one will back up. That's why sometimes when you're having issues with your skin, it's not necessarily the skin per se. It could be coming from your liver because your liver is backed up. It can't detoxify your body the way it ought to. So the next elimination pathway will be the skin. So it will come up through the skin. So everything is connected. Let's just put it that way. Let's stop trying to segregate and say, oh, it's just stomach, oh, it's just kidney, oh, it's just everything. It's an ecosystem that is working cohesively to make this body run the way it ought to. So
Wow. If you need more information, you know where to find this lady concerning liver detoxification. Yeah,
thank
you guys,
you.
yes, please. You need if you're seriously, you need help in that area. La Femme Gentle says stress is a huge contributor to my hair loss. I've been going through it for the last 2 years. I'm so sorry. And the hair shed has been crazy, but I'm currently on a journey to reorder my life and to reduce the stress map. Wow, that's amazing. I'm so sorry to hear you're going through that. But yeah, I can definitely relate to that. I'm sure you can as well, AK.
Yeah.
Where are we? So Diva Samuel says we'd also need the recommended amount of water, less carbonation. What about caffeine?
Caffeine. Personally, I don't drink coffee, but
Mm,
if you're going to take coffee, my recommendation, and if you speak to any other nutritionist that knows her stuff, we will tell you caffeine should not be the first thing entry into your system in the morning.
mm,
You take it after you have eaten. You take it after you've had something in your system that your blood sugar level is stable. Then you can drink coffee. I mean, honestly, like if we look at the Italians, because they are the real coffee drinkers, they don't chug the thing first thing in the morning,
mm. No,
and then
that's
the quantity also too. So
yeah, yeah. Yeah, I'm not a coffee drinker much either. I always said once I have kids, then I'll start drinking coffee, but I still just don't drink it. I take my Celtic sea salt in the morning with water.
yeah, so the person about the water, the quantity of water. Now this is where like my what do you call it now? I'm of the school of thought that study your body.
Hmm.
Know what there are seasons where I can easily take 3 liters of water if I'm really like very very active. If that's the season you're in, then you can stomach the 3 liters of water. If it's one where you are not, and it's just 2 liters. But I would say don't exceed. For me personally, I don't go below anything more than 2 liters. And then again, it's not just drinking the water; is your body being able to absorb it. If you're just drinking water, and I'm just saying like water, it's not alkaline, meaning like it's as close to its source as if you're just drinking clean, sparkling water. You're just going to be peeing it out.
Wow.
So I've been doing this thing for a while now where I remineralize my water. I just take good sea salt and a good quality sea salt. So it could be the Himalaya one. Please be careful because sometimes those things, they are just dyed pink stuff. And yeah, so you want to make sure you get from a reputable brand, but remineralize your water in the morning. That should be the first thing entering you. Like when you're drinking water, don't just drink plain water. If your focus is to hydrate, and you can also look at getting water from fruits. So those fruits that have a lot of water, like if we're talking about, if as I said, if you're talking about your concern is, I want to hydrate my skin, like I want my, like increase the hydration in my body. Don't just only look at water. Consider the fruits, consider the cucumbers, consider the watermelons, consider the melons.
This is a good point because next week, hopefully you'll be able to join us. We're going to be having a chat with Charmaine, and she's going to talk all about juicing. She's a public health scientist, and she's a very good juice fanatic as well. So she's going to give us some recipes. So if you're interested in that, definitely stay tuned for next week. Kimberly C says, get tested for H. pylori. H. pylori is a big reason for poor gut health.
Yeah.
So Tahisha says, ouch, no more morning coffee.
I'm sorry. I didn't say don't drink coffee. Okay, drink your coffee. I'm just saying the problem is the issue most times really is the how. It's not like those things are bad. It's the how. When do you take it? For instance, sorry, like if I had not mentioned it, I sometimes deviate to the Bible. That's how my brain works. So
By all means.
I'm about to branch there now. So you remember in the Bible when God told the Israelites how to eat the meat? He said, eat it with bitter herbs. And it's for a reason, because meat it's not something your body can digest easily. But when you add something bitter to it, it increases bile production, which will help you. Remember, we talked about bile area, help you break down dead matter, because that's really what it is dead matter. So sometimes you can have all this knowledge, is knowing how to get it to flow. It's like having a wardrobe full of clothes and you don't know how to style it.
Wow.
So it's not that, as those say, don't drink coffee, but when are you drinking it? How often? I mean, is this, and I'm about to go somewhere that some people would not like, but it has to be said. Sometimes is it that you really like the coffee, or is it giving you some form of comfort? So if it's comfort, so is it really the coffee, or maybe there's an area in your life where you really would want comfort? Why instead of using food to cushion that, why not look in deeper? Like maybe it's an internal problem, not so much as the external.
Wow. No, that's good. That's fantastic. So we'll take a few more questions and then we'll try and wrap it up. Root So Deep says, I'm a nurse and I want to do a detox and flush out my gut, liver, etc. Is there a safe way? Smiley face.
Yes, there's a safe way. Celery juice.
Okay.
Celery juice. Yep, celery juice. Start with that.
Okay. So celery juice. I'm a testimony that celery juice works as well. Diva Samuel says juicing, yay. So juicing. So yeah, do we have any more comments from Instagram? I don't think we do. Have you
just
seen
a comment from Nancy.
Yeah.
Says, I like this topic on water. Looking for Celtic salt.
Oh, she's looking for Celtic sea salt brands.
Yeah.
Well, I have one. I don't know if you would approve it. I got it from Holland and Barrett, if you're in the UK. The brand is called Mystic Nature.
You
don't know
could
if that's
try
what.
that. Yeah, you could try that.
Yeah. But thank you so much.
Thank you
Yeah,
too. I have fun.
I'm glad, despite all of the, technical issues we had, I'm sure that loads of people, were really blessed by just the level of information that you're giving us. So if you've enjoyed, if you've learned something, definitely put some love in the comments. Make sure you like this video, you share it to others who need to understand more about how their gut health is linked to their overall health. And yeah, AK, if you want to follow her or find out more information about how to transform your skin, sell yourself, my lady. Where can they find you? Remind them where you are.
Like I said, my skin the aesthetics page, which is Skin Jerky, I do aesthetics treatments, consultations. If you're here in Nigeria and you have access to me, fine, you can come. We will get your skin in tip-top shape. Yeah. The time that people will stop you and ask you, hey, what do you do for a living? Like, seriously, no jokes. Yeah, so that's that. And then for my own personal page, which is my own personal brand, I coach women to help them reinvent themselves. So talking about fitness, skin, style, basically all of that good stuff. Yeah. So if 2025 is around the corner, and if all this throughout this year you've been saying, no, I want to level up. I want to look like how I feel inside. Well, December is around the corner. I haven't done anything. Let's have a chat. Let's have a chat.
Yeah, that's amazing. So thank you so much for joining us and giving us all your wisdom, your time. I pray that God will bless you and reward you. May your cup never run empty. May you always be. So yeah, thank you. If you have any last words, if there's a special sentence you want people to just remember from this live, what would you say it would be?
I would say, ooh, this is a good one. I love it. So give it time. Give it time. It took time for your body to deteriorate to come to this point where you are now seeking answers. So when you start the journey, give it time. Don't come and say, oh, quickly, 2 weeks will be that, that thing that is on your Pinterest board. No, give it time.
I love that. I love that. That's amazing. Well, I'll let you go. I know it's late in Nigeria. You're an hour ahead. So thank you so much. And I hope to do this again. If you'll let us, I'm sure people will want you back. So yeah, let us know. But yeah, thank you.
If you want me back, let me know. Let's disturb her.
Disturb me so that we can bring AK back, please.
All right. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it. Thank you for your time and questions. Thanks.
All right then. Take care. Bye.
Bye.